As a new day dawns, the nation's capital awakens.
All of America is right there in his hands. That's a big moment.
But one landmark nearby never sleeps.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
The tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery.
That first light of every morning and how the sunlight strikes the tomb and what happens there. It's mystical.
Members of the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment watch over this sacred spot round the clock.
I was there from March of '63 to April of 1965.
Richard Azzaro belongs to a small fraternity of soldiers.
You get a sense of life, the rhythm of life, death, what they gave up.
At 18, Richard was handpicked to join the Old Guard.
The function that we have been chosen to do, the trust that's placed in our hands, we cannot fail.
The veteran is one of only 680 sentinels who have guarded the tomb every minute of every day since 1937.
John Kennedy, and that's me standing right behind him. Even to this day, it's emotional because he was my hero. He was a hero to my generation.
Mr. Azzaro says the select few shoulder the responsibility of a nation, protecting the legacy of the fallen.
Some of the best walks are 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's where you're there and you're thinking about them and say, this one's for you.
The man from Maryland says nothing before or since compares to his 2 years serving as tomb guard.
The mission is going to turn on you and embrace you. At that moment, you'll be changed forever. It's for life.
With a name, he died for freedom. Now nameless, he will live as freedom's hero.
In November of 1921, Washington, D.C. opened its arms to welcome home the nation's unknown.
It was a major event.
Arlington historian Tim Frank says the remains of a single U.S. soldier killed in France during World War I would represent all service members lost to history.
They gave their lives and their identities for a cause greater than themselves.
But this is his journey's end, yet not the end of glory for this unknown American boy.
Mourners watch the procession wind from the U.S. Capitol through the city.
Over 90,000 people filed through to pay their respects.
At Arlington, President Harding and other dignitaries, including Crow Chief Plentycoo, witnessed the burial.
There are multiple Native American chiefs at the funeral. Here's Chief Plentycoo laying his war bonnet and acoustics.
Today, the tomb is the final resting place of 3 soldiers from World War I, World War II, and Korea. From the 4 corners of the globe to the heartland of America, the monument draws 4 million visitors a year to witness the changing of the Guard.
I kind of admire how disciplined each soldier was with their marching, and it was very, very nice.
On this day, 8th graders from Carmel, Indiana, are chosen for a hands-on history lesson.
Today I was a part of the wreath-laying ceremony. It was such a great honor.
This moment will stay with them for the rest of their lives.
Veterans Day marks the 100th anniversary of this hallowed shrine. History will echo across the decades. A joint military procession will mirror the events of 1921.
It's an incredibly important place. It's one that helps me remember why we're here and what we do.
Dr. Gerald Lowe, Arlington's Chief of Operations, and his staff have been planning the centennial commemoration for 2 years.
That's the idea, to provide that one place for a nation to remember, a nation to mourn, a nation to honor.
And I left, I was still 20, and I began my life. But my life has always been looking out through the eyes of a tomb guard.
Richard Azzaro.
We carry the rifle on the shoulder furthest from the tomb, symbolizing that we are protecting from intrusion from without.
The man intimately familiar with Arlington will return for the ceremony.
Yeah, got some good people out there. Yeah, the mission's in good hands.
The 77-year-old will pay homage to the unknowns he safeguarded through rain, sleet, and snow one more time.
It is definitely not about the honor guard. definitely not.
It's an unbroken bond shared between an aging soldier and the fallen who are forever young.
It's been put in our hands, that trust. America trusts us to make sure that the sacred duty is fulfilled completely, fully, forever.